Welcome to this inspiring journey. Today, we talk about overcoming guilt through faith. Stay with us. Like, subscribe, and share to spread hope and encouragement. It's important to remember that this law is not given to all the inhabitants of the earth, but to the Jews, Romans 2 verse 17. Many Christians were not Jews before knowing the Lord Jesus. It is therefore totally useless to practice the law for those who were not Jews before knowing the Lord or to identify with this law. Moreover, Paul, a Jew and apostle to the Gentiles, does not teach it to his flock. Just read his letters. He firmly condemns any teaching of the law. Paul, being an apostle to the Gentiles, Galatians 2 verse 8, non-Jews should follow his example and Jews as well, as Paul reminds us that Christ is the end of the law, Romans 10 verse 4. However, faith confirms the law, Romans 3 verse 31. Indeed, the law was given to the descendants of Abraham in the flesh. But God mentions that all nations are blessed in Abraham the believer. Belief becomes the means for Gentiles and Jews to reach God. God being just, through faith he gives the opportunity for every man to approach him, because the law is not for the Gentiles. Thus, faith confirms that the law of Moses is not sufficient to save. Moreover, Abraham was justified because he believed, not because of works. The fate of humanity without Christ is condemnation. That's where this permanent life of guilt comes from in humans, without them necessarily being aware of it. For example, during my adolescent years, I had an acquaintance who lost his father unbeknownst to me. Some months after the father's burial, I met him in my neighborhood. I asked him how he was doing. He replied firmly, "You still have your parents, that's why you don't look for people, huh? I have lost my father." From that moment on, this person became my close friend. It was only 20 years later that I realized that there was something wrong in our relationship. The foundation of our friendship was not good. Indeed, I lived with hidden accusations. Yet, we hardly knew each other at the time he had lost his father, and I wasn't even aware of the death. The sentence, "You don't look for people. Like you let people down," stayed with me and I didn't even realize it. From that moment on, I only looked for him to save face and redeem myself from supposedly abandoning him. It's true that he's a good person, and he was suffering, that's why he said that. The Lord needed to free me from these accusations. When you walk with God, he explores the depths of your heart and reveals incredible things. I started to feel that there was something not quite right in the relationship with my friend. Now it's clearer. In part, the energy I put into this relationship came from the desire to erase my unconscious guilt. The Fall of Mr. Guilt is available in the description. Get your copy today and start your journey to peace. Like, subscribe, and share to spread hope and encouragement.